All right, so I have the thought for the day. That could have been the thought for the day. So we talk a lot about transformation here at Homeboy. We'll say things like, unless you transform your pain, you're just going to keep transmitting it. You're just going to keep inflicting it. Sometimes we think that transformation is kind of about destination, or it's like transportation. Transformation is you move from this place to that place. I was thinking the other day, I knew a homie who just packed up and moved to Washington State. And I called him one day and I said, hey, what are you doing? He goes, I am working my ass off. Yeah, I'm just right here, assless in Seattle. That has nothing to do with my message, but I just remembered it. So healing is a transformational way of life. It's a process, it's not a destination. So we travel across the landscape of loss, and we yearn, and all of us long for a new way of seeing. Of course, you have to kind of put aside your old way of seeing, and at Homeboy, we all want to make room for a new way of seeing. So we learn to feel the pain of stuff and not the disgrace of it. And that's what transformation looks like. And as we face our wounds and sorrow, we begin to stop wanting some other life than the one we have. We begin to stop wanting some other past, some other reality. So one of my prized possessions hanging on my wall is a picture of this homie named Abraham, who's being handed a bouquet of flowers from the Queen of Sweden in Sweden. It's a long story. But Abraham went there with Hector years ago. And I knew Hector, I knew Abraham from camp, a very smart kid who taught himself French. I said, why'd you do that? He goes, I was bored. Okay, that works. And so when he came back from that trip to Sweden, he didn't go home, he came straight here. He was giddy and he was jet lagged, and he kept hugging me like 3 or 4 times in the hallways, and he'd say different things like, hey, you know, that changed my life, that trip. It was transformational, he said. In fact, I'm thinking of getting my tattoos removed. Another time I saw him in the hallway and he goes, you know, I'm even thinking, because of that trip, I'm thinking of changing the way I dress. You know, less gangster. I'm thinking of dressing like you. And I said, you mean old-fashioned and out of it? He goes, exactly. Oh my God. And then months later, he came into my office and he said, damn, G, I've fallen in love. I said, wow, that's great. With who? Myself. I've fallen in love, he said, and it feels proper. Transformation is not a destination, it is a process. And Abraham saw his own goodness, and he started to repurpose himself for positivity, to remove his tattoos and dress like a geezer. And he fell in love with loving. And I promise you, that will always feel proper. Amen.